Hey guys, join me as I restore the front and rear bench seats for my 1967 Impala. I'm going to show you how I went from this to this. So let's get started. Okay, so I'm here with my replacement seat. Trying to figure out if I could scavenge the old bones and the springs in here. There might be some things I might have to just do without. But just to keep record of how everything's done here, especially with the stitching. Let me get my light. So basically for reference here, let's see, try to keep a way to find out how they basically use the hog rings. Basically, so I can go back and review how they basically hook this thing up. I'm assuming that the top here wrapped over, connected from there, looks like it's all ripped off as well. And now let's check from the other side. Just to see how they did it here. Obviously, we've still got the hardware. The little latch goes on too. Rubber bump stop there. And that one we'll probably tear onto after we do the bottom seat. So I started taking some apart. I ended up breaking my tool here. Cheap old tools. But basically, what I'm doing right now is basically, while I'm open, I just give them a twist. Ooh, dusty. Give it a twist, create a gap. Holy crap, the amount of dust this thing. See, lucky now, just because we're able to easily get to those. These other ones I can't quite say the same. Just try to get a screwdriver in there, give it a twist. There you go. There's another one here. Probably recommend wearing like a respirator. I should probably do that. I'm in my garage right now, so at least get a decent airflow going. Alright, there we go. Okay, so we just finished getting all the ones around the edges here, so now I just gotta do the ones in the back. you can see. Only connected to the spring, connected to the board right back. Over there. Easy. Still frame? Something like 5. And one here. Just more details. Rotate it to where they cross. Twist one way. Free it from the cloth. And basically I'm just going to finish the rest of that. So it seems we, under the pack here, we seem to have found all some stuff. Quite interesting. Some more paper. A tiny little light bulb here. It's just a bit crazy. It's a little obituary. Just wrappers. More wrappers. Oh, what is this? Fuse box. Yep, fuses of 5. Interesting. Just more wrappers, bottom cap. Interesting stuff. Cool. Okay, let's try this again. Oh god. You get phone and you listen. And one on top of your phone. There we go. If I see that, so you got your upholstery itself. Some type of soft liner, and then you get your foam. It looks like you got your maybe probably another liner burlap in the frame. Interesting. Okay, so that's what I did so far. I rearranged everything a little bit. Basically, liner, even down to the burlap, which is wire woven. That is interesting. Then you can finally get down to the spring itself. I was wondering why the rest of this wouldn't come out. Oh, I forgot. See if y'all see that. Let's get the latch out. And probably as well as the little bumper. The latch. So it's probably holding the rest of it down together, so and take it off on both sides. Okay, so for example, just got that out there. I'm going to screwdriver kit. You got your rubber stop and a flathead screw, or not flathead, Phillips screw, the latch itself. And you got 2 of these 1/2-inch bolts. Do the same thing to the other side. Okay, so after getting all of it out, it's also important to remember that there on the front seat, once you get all the hog rings from the side here, you think you got it from the bottom, you gotta don't forget there's one hidden right here. That should be the last one that's holding the side to the front, and then the rest of it pull under from the back. And let's see how that works. Okay, so before moving on to getting this out, I figure I might as well start getting some of the hardware out while I'm at it. So on the back seats. So from what I've discovered here, to remove that, I think it looks like a set screw right in there. So I think you undo that and it should come off. And obviously these are Phillips head screwdrivers. And this one right here is also Phillips as well. So I'm gonna remove those. Okay, so what I ended up doing was tearing the whole rear off, being it's so flimsy. Split it right here because I was trying to figure out how to get this on without having to take the seats off. Tore it all the way off the back, as you can see, right there exposed. And right here is where it basically exposed right here, as you can tell. Let me get the light. A few more hog rings. Disconnect, and the rest should come right out. So I'm gonna get to doing that. Well, noted before, if you look at the insulation that was put under here, just like this was just tucked in here, like that. So you have 3 pieces. That. The note, the bells here. This is going to be your hog ring. Right there. Another one right here. For this end, here, there, here, and then one down in the center. So if you want to replicate that, please take note of that. Okay, so now doing the top side, split back, the front has a flap right here that is basically lifted up. You can see the hog rings that are holding that. So once you get rid of those, this end should come down, and we should be able to start pulling it apart very slowly. Let's see the other side here. See the flap. Even this one has like a hog ring right here. I guess it's supposed to hold it down. And feeling that, you got more hog rings right there. Yep. And also, I already pulled this. This is tucked in there. You just have to pull it out from under the hinge. So let's do it. So then they did these. They're connected from the top here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now I guess I'm going to undo this one right here that's holding the upholstery from up there. So I'm going to undo that one. This one is curious. This one is tucked in, glued tight. Try to unwrap it. There's a ripping. So this is the bottom of the pivot right here. We'll figure this one out. I'm going to start taking it apart on this side. Okay, after doing that, I removed the ring that was right there. Okay, so I didn't totally take off the entire upholstery. Basically, the back of it just started to rip, and I just started to pull all of it off at this point. And so this is what you see directly behind it. I'm not too sure if this is what it's supposed to look like from factory. Plastic liner, obviously it's nesting back there. So obviously this thing broke and moisture came inside from the front. Found this one in the back. That's interesting. So in the back, we had some filler material here. Oh, we had a panel. Okay, so the rear back panel. Oh, I see now, I see now. This was probably supposed to go up like this. Yeah. This was supposed to be that. Maybe. I don't know. This piece does look dented. That's interesting. What's also interesting is that there's a like filler material on the side. There's more filler material on the side here. I'm just gonna keep ripping away and then we'll figure out what we got here. Okay, so now I went ahead and pulled off the rest of the upholstery. This is what you get. So it looks like just a lot of cotton foam kind of, and you get your burlap woven wire again. So right now, I think we're going to do next. Got more rings. Oh, let's focus. Got a few more rings to remove up top. And I think there are some in there. Yep, I don't know if you can see it. A few rings here. Here. So these are tucked in there like that. So I pull them apart and it's going to come apart. Yep, there it is right there. Honestly, I could just pull these apart and then pull the whole thing apart, and then I think I could get to everything. So right here, got most of it off. And I'm just going to strip down the little rest, little bits of it, and try to clean it up. So as far as on the inside of each back, there is a plate. And it seems that it pops out. So I don't know if you can see it here in this mess. I'll focus. So you got this top tab that bends on over. And then there's two little spots. That little tab that bends over, wraps on like the frame line here. And then I guess there's some hinges at the bottom. I don't know if you can see that. You undo the hinges from the bottom and then the plate should come right off. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna remove both of them, try to clean them up, because they are nasty right now. Okay, got these two out. So basically this one was on the passenger side. This one's very bad. And this one's on the driver's side. So it wasn't too bad. Like I said, you undid the first tabs in each hole, or basically the ones in the back here. 1, 2, but also had to watch for these tabs over here, the one sticking on up. This one, in order to remove the bottom, I had to push that one down, make sure they're out. So I'm gonna try to give this a clean. This is very thin metal. Don't know if I could save it, but without it, you still got a frame here, so I don't know if it's absolutely necessary to have, but there might be a reason for it. Okay. So while doing some closer examination, I think I decided that I will probably try to take the springs off of this and then put it onto the existing frame, because it is in much nicer shape. Very little rust. It's just bare bones right now. It's missing all the hardware and whatnot. So I'll use that as a donor. After hours of cutting all the hog rings and peeling and scraping, this is probably the cleanest I've gotten it so far. Still a little bit of residue, but that's okay. You just have to say 90% is off. 99, maybe. So this one's the bad one. So what I'm going to probably do next is, I guess, make a plan on undoing the springs. I'm not too sure how they're gonna unfold. And then I'll work on probably getting the rear latches out. And what it looks like, got a few screws, a few rusty screws, two right there, gets that plate off. And you have a, let's see, 2 bolts on the side, maybe one on the back there. Probably gets that out. Similar to this side. 2 screws, 1 rusty one there. Let's see, you get your, yep, 2 screws on the side and 1 on the back. So that's what I'll do next.